website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, chromatics in blues, or going from pentatonic to fusion sound is really what this video is about. I'm going to show you some really cool ideas because I was struggling with chromatics. I could see what it was about, but I couldn't use it because I didn't have a specific way of practicing it. And I'm going to give you some structures that you can use to get it into your fingers, so chromatics comes naturally when you play. Before we begin and go close up to these ideas, I should say that you should subscribe to this channel, of course, and go to guitarmastery.net and sign up for an account there, which is free, and you can download free jam tracks. There's a new one coming each day played by real musicians, and go follow us on Instagram as well. So let's look into some really effective ways of practicing chromatics with the minor pentatonic or the blues scale so you can get started on expanding your sound into this area. The first concept here is really just very simple. It's lead tones. The human ear has a tendency to accept when you, if you got the C blues scale here, or the C minor pentatonic, then every note just 1/2 step below will sound absolutely awful. If you play them in the context, if I go, I'm really just playing the scale 1 semitone below. This is the minor blues scale, right? First position. All the notes in the 8th fret, and then 10 or 11, 11 on the high E string and B string, and then 10, 10, 10, and then first position right there. And if I play it just 1 semitone below, it sounds awful, but if I use these notes leading up to the right note, or the note in the scale, it sounds... So if I have these 2 notes in the C blues, and I go... And I just go 1 semitone, 1 fret below, and up to the, leading up to every note. Do the same thing on the B string. If I play those 2 notes, sounds like absolute, right? But if I play 1 semitone below the first, 1 semitone below the second, it sounds pretty cool. I can do that on the both strings, so I go... And do the same thing with my whole tone structure here. That just becomes 4 notes chromatically up because I have 1 note there and another there, and I go. And a good exercise is to go, right? And of course it's ascending because I'm leading up to a note, right? So it's always ascending when we're talking lead tones. So that's a good exercise. Play the whole minor pentatonic, but just add a note below every single note. And the first note is a slide, so you go, this is the note you slide up. Or a position shift, you might call it. And then practice that. Practice using it right after you practice playing it up and down. You want to practice using it. So you go. Just play 1 string and end it. me stop this. The second concept is just tying notes together. Right, you got 4 notes there. That's something the ear accepts as well. If I go chromatically from one note in the 8th fret to the 11th fret here, the ear accepts all these very dissonant sounds. Let me just play a C dominant 7 with a little addition there. If I play this note, it sounds so. If I play that, ooh, or that's totally out. That's in the 9th fret there. But if I add them as chromatic passing notes in between 2 notes, up and down, so I can freely go back and forth like this. Right? That's a really effective technique. And you can play the whole scale like that, just 4 notes on one string, 3 on another. Just tie everything together with chromatics and practice it like an exercise. Then the next one is playing something. If I play these 2 notes here, we got the first position right here. We got the second position here. We got the 11th and the 13th fret on both the B and E in the key of C. All right, and if I play that C and I go, I can actually play a phrase and then move it back until I hit some scale notes again. Doesn't sound that good. If I do it slowly enough, it sounds really dissonant. But if I do it with some amount of So it's simply a matter of, if you can see that, okay, I got a whole tone here, I got a whole tone there, you can go. You hear that? It's like distress. No. So anything you can really tie in together. That's one of the most dissonant solutions here. The other ones are really totally melting in, like you won't playing any other notes than the scale notes. But the key to learning all this is to actually practice it and practice using it. So put on a jam track or just activate your looper pedal, play a chord in the background, and then practice tying in notes together and ending the line. And then really use them in a playing context. Every time you come up with something that sounds good, lead tones, you play it 10, 20 times. Alright? If you play the What? Just keep on doing that, and the only reason why I can do this is because I've been doing that exercise of having a chord in the background and then experimenting with these concepts. Make sure you don't forget, put up a post-it note on the wall where you practice so you can do it every day. And decide for a period of time you want to do it, like 2 weeks of every time you pick up your guitar, you play around with these concepts. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.